You're not completely wrong in assessing my relationship with Mr. Bancroft. He didn't want to hear that she was having an affair. The reality would fully crack what Henry's death hadn't. We've had a lunch and a dinner, and one evening we went to a picture show. It's nothing as bad as you're imagining. William's heart slid slowly back down from his throat. He didn't realize how badly he'd needed to hear her say it. I needed to get out and have conversations with another adult. He showed me attention that I haven't had in a long while. He's snooping for dirt about Father. Even I thought there may have been more to the wreck. I was so upset at your father. Mr. Bancroft caught me in a weak moment, and I agreed to lunch, and then a dinner, and that's when he started coming to our church? It was foolish, I know. I've become aware that we are not similar at all. He's too extreme in his religious beliefs, and yesterday he spoke down to a poor Negro man simply because of the color of his skin. I despise that hatred. But the man is harder to shake off than a tick. He claims to love me. Do you love him? Of course not. I've only ever loved one man. She folded her arms against the nighttime chill and chuckled. Can you believe the bullet found that exact car, though? Went right into his door like it had eyes. I don't know what I was thinking, Samantha sighed. And I don't know what your father did during Prohibition, William. I asked once. He told me not to concern myself, but I had my suspicions. He was on the road too often and his clothes smelled of gunpowder. I laundered enough bloodstains to know he wasn't following the straight and narrow. William looked at his mother. So how much cash do we have? Enough. She gave him a sideways glance. Enough. She indicated the bags she'd carried from the house. Come on, let's take our visitors some warm food. Father said not to feed them. He also said not to feed the dog, and your father doesn't believe in signs. I do. The 12 squatters devoured the ham sandwiches Samantha had made for them. As they had crossed the potter's field, William wondered aloud if the group would be fasting while they waited for Asher Keating to rise. Would they eat any food offered to them? The answer was immediately obvious. The joy with which they had taken the offering proved the 12 had been fasting unwillingly for too long. Of course they would eat food offered to them. Samantha graciously accepted their thanks and was set to depart, but William had grown roots into the floorboard. He felt the need to watch them eat, which was rude, but then Polly looked up from her sandwich and smiled at him as she chewed with her mouth closed. The smile was enough. He felt for the pen inside his pocket, uprooted himself, and followed his mother toward the door. William ambled across the field so slowly that his mother built a 10-yard distance. William! And there it was, the voice he'd been hoping for. William turned to find Polly standing in the open doorway to the aging house. Yes? She held a pen in her right hand. You drop this. William checked his pockets for show. He walked back toward the aging house. It must have slipped through a hole in my pocket. He looked toward Samantha, who'd stopped to wait for him. Thankfully, she let him be and returned inside. Maybe she dropped the notion of his being a priest now. Polly handed him the pen and folded her arms against the cold. They stood in a patch of grass highlighted by the 3/4 moon. What a man carries in his pockets tells the world about him. I'm a writer. William averted his glance, but then he locked in on her emerald eyes and felt inadequate. He didn't want to blow it with a rare breed of a girl who actually showed interest in him. I always carry a pen. A writer? You seem young to be a writer. You seem young to be living on the streets. I'm sorry, that was awful. Now that he'd pasted his brother, he was starting to act like him. He stared at his shoes. Forgive me. Of course. I'm sorry if I offended you. You didn't. It's what the people at the Courier tell me, too. William briefly met her gaze. I've failed to find my way into print, despite many attempts. I need the right story. And that's why you brought us food? To butter us up for a story? No! Polly playfully punched William in the arm. I'm only needling you. We know the offering is one of kindness. They locked gazes for longer this time, but then she looked away. I saw you walking alone in the woods earlier. I think it's noble for men to cry. I wasn't. Yes, you were. It's okay. As you were saying? He hadn't been saying anything, not anything he could recall. I had an argument with my mother, and then I pasted my older brother after he got involved. Knocked him clean out. I know it wasn't a very Christian thing to do.